Hey there, I'm Mads, and today I'm going to be going through my old sketchbooks. I see a lot of people critiquing their old art and stuff, or maybe not critiquing, just straight dogging on it and making fun of their past selves, which I might do a little bit of, but I'm more interested in seeing where my head was at while I was drawing all this stuff. I got stuff ranging from like, what year would this be? 2016, 2017, all the way up until about 2022, 2023 maybe. And then anything after that, maybe a separate video that would be more recent stuff that is like more closer to my skill level. But all this stuff is more like way different phase of life than I'm in right now. So yeah, so I'm gonna just get started with like the oldest one. We'll kind of go oldest to newest here. Anytime you like see these post-it notes on here, I'm just covering up like my name or my sister's name. But this one was specifically, I don't think I put these stickers on here. I think this was my little sister when she like inherited this sketchbook, I guess, which it didn't really have much room to put anything in it, so I don't know what she was doing. But this is gonna be her first one. This is probably circa, like I said, 2016, 2017 probably. I'll figure that out more once I start looking in it. Okay, so we're already running into a little bit of a thing here. I did a painting, my finale painting for my AP class, which I talked about that class more in the video that I unfortunately had to scrap, so one day I will talk about that more. I did a bunch of paintings. It was for like this specific thing you had to do for AP art. Anyway, I ended it with a portrait of me and my dad, and then I pasted I literally cut out and pasted drawings of him that I had made when I was really little to put on the painting. So that's what this was, and so that's why it's just kind of ripped out. I don't know if there's any other ones in the sketchbook specifically, but the rest of these drawings I'm remembering are just my family members. There was a girl in my class named Rachel who had handwriting, you know, like that, like really fancy and stuff, and I low-key honestly copied her handwriting for a bit because I was jealous. But then there's a little doodle of my dog. Okay, I remember too, I was very into trying to write stories and songs at this point. You know, low-key, if you want to pause and read it, be my guest. I think it's a bunch of cringe bullshit. Let me just sit here and read it. Apparently the father and daughter is fleeing to Mexico for some reason. I don't know. We're just gonna keep moving along. To be honest, you were so helpful. I almost fell asleep. Quiet. You know what? Whatever is going through my brain when I'm drawing these, I have zero clue. I was a very odd child, so just a bunch of sketching. Like, this is the point where I'm like, oh, I actually really like to draw, but I couldn't really draw all the stuff that I wanted to, so I'm just kind of like drawing whatever. It's more just doodles than actual art. Like, I bet a lot of these pages aren't. This is actually not the notebook I was thinking of. I must have had a different notebook that I was thinking about, because I remember I had to use it for a project as well, so that has got to be around here somewhere. This is some Musically bullshit. The rest of these pages didn't really have anything on it. I do remember what all this is. It's just, I don't know. I was really obsessed with Musically, which, if anybody's not aware, that was what TikTok was called before it was called TikTok. Ooh. Okay, so we're kind of getting into the meat and potatoes here. When I was around this age, whichever age this was, probably 11, maybe 12, I really loved Dork Diaries when I was little. I still have actually every single book. I don't have like some of the more recent ones just because I was not aware that she was making anymore, but I was like, okay, I'm just gonna make my own. Like, I like this book so much, I want to make my own. So this is that little comic. First day of 7th grade. So maybe this was from when I was 12 and then about to turn 13. So, or maybe, actually, I can't tell if this is a thing of I wrote this because I was going into 7th grade, or I wrote this because I thought 7th grade was really old and Dork Diaries was like in middle school or high school. So I was like, you know what, this character needs to be going into that sort of environment too. Just remember, I'm a new girl. Ouch. Yep. Oh, and oh yeah, I was totally projecting. My mom was taking me to get my braces tightened. I used to literally wished one Christmas Eve to wake up with braces. That's how much I wanted them, which I would not get them until my sophomore year in high school. So that was a little bit of way away, but this is me definitely projecting about what I wanted my life to look like. I guess I wanted to be in 7th grade and be stylish and also have to get my braces tightened. I think that's what this is telling me. Just, okay, I guess I didn't finish that storyline. See, this is more story writing here. A mystical journey. Let me read this and see what's going on. I guess pause if you want to read it too. Excuse me? Okay, so blonde, shoulder length hair, Small face with some acne spots, but that never really bothered me. I'm literally just describing myself here. Okay, I know what this is inspired by. So basically, there's this book called Strange Angels, and it has a bunch of sequels to it. I read that book when I was in 6th grade, I think, and I really loved it, and I really wanted to be the main character, Drew. And I think this was me inserting myself in something like that, because it's a girl looking at... If you want to look up the synopsis for the book, be my guest, but that's essentially what I'm doing, is I'm projecting myself into my favorite book through writing. I don't think there's anything else in this notebook, actually, so we're gonna call it there for that one. This one was very telling. I was pre-junior high, definitely wanting to be older than I actually was, and I also was really wanting braces. I think we learned a lot with this one, so I'm just gonna keep chugging along with them. Next is actually probably one that took place. This might actually be before the last one, because I think I remember using this one before we moved. For context, when I was in 1st grade, we moved, when I was in 3rd grade, we moved to a new house in a new school district, and I did 4th, and then I stayed in that district for the rest of the year. But oh wait, no, I'm getting my dates confused. I was at that school until 4th grade, and then when 5th grade hit, I was at the new school district. So I remember having this sketchbook at the old house, so I must have been in 4th grade at the oldest when I was drawing this, and that would have made me 10 when I was doing all this. So am I gonna put this in the correct spot in post-production? No, because I just sat there and explained it all, but we're just gonna keep chugging along like I never fucked up, okay? Spell cabinet wrong, perfect. Okay, so clearly I was an illiterate child at this time. We had a china cabinet in our house, so I just drew it. I vividly remember drawing this. I had gotten colored pencils for like Easter or some shit. I think I actually got this sketchbook for Easter, because it says happy birthday to my sister right here. Her birthday sometimes falls around Easter time, so that's pretty fun. Okay, this is supposed to be a sun, a wave, and Ariel in the water, but this is supposed to be a pot of gold, and then these gold pieces are supposed to be like flying out of it. Like I was trying to portray motion, but it just looks like a very weird face on the sun with like whiskers on it. So, and after the fact, I don't remember what my feelings were on it, but I definitely remember after drawing this, I was like, that doesn't look how I wanted it to look. Oh, there's the mermaid again, but enlarged. This is us playing teacher for the most part. What the heck? Okay, apparently I was very into the national anthem because I drew myself crying while waving a flag. Gotcha. A little bird doing the tango. Tanga? No, that says tango, I think. I don't know. I don't know why this page is out either. And then this oddly is a step above this, so I don't know if I added that after the fact or what was going on there. There's like a very faint drawing right here of some little creature. Oh, okay. If anybody watched my very first video, I talk about how I remembered copying the page of a Scholastic magazine when I was supposed to be sound reading. This is what I was copying. It was, I don't really remember what it was, but clearly it was a girl holding a tiger or something adjacent to a tiger, and so that is what came of that. And I'm remembering now that was at my old school, so this obviously came before the other sketchbook, so we already established that. But honestly, this is when I kind of figured out, it kind of clicked in my brain, like I can get better so much faster and make stuff that I love if I'm like referencing something. That was kind of my bread and butter when I first started drawing, was looking at a picture or real life, and then just like, when I say copying it on the page, I'm not like tracing or anything, I'm just like drawing what I'm seeing essentially, which was a huge help for how fast I improved over the years, which I kind of got in fads where I'm like, I really want to draw this way, so I'm gonna kind of stunt my growth for a little bit so I can just be happy with what I'm doing. But it's like, I'm kind of like that now, where I'm just like, I just want to improve basically. And then it's kind of was that way at the beginning when I started drawing. It was like, I just want to get better because I really like this. Bert, I guess, that fucking thing, some abstract art, how to draw, Yoshi. I don't, a lot of this stuff makes me think I was like making YouTube or Musical.ly videos. I've been wanting to like be a content creator or something adjacent to that, mostly just surrounding my art for like, I guess literally since I started drawing. So that's neat, I guess. Some mountains. This is like a china set that we had in that cabinet. Just some other random bullshit. I drew this upside down. I remember drawing this also in class when I was supposed to be doing something else. Another story. A New Day. Okay, this, I remember reading this like a few years ago when I was looking back on the sketchbook, similarly to how I am right now. I guess I remember this being very cringy, and as I'm kind of skimming it right now, it definitely is. It's like very much like this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. Like you want to pause and read it. I was manifesting a new start. I don't know if at this point in time I knew that we were moving or not. That would be kind of interesting if I wrote this after I found out I was moving. Because to me, it seems like I'm fucking up my new start in here. Apparently I was 10 minutes late, or whoever this mystery girl is that I'm talking about. This is a giraffe. I vividly remember trying to draw a giraffe, and that's what came of it. This is upside down, but it's a dragon eating a girl, and I would flip it, but I fear the desk falling apart, so I'm just gonna keep it like this. Oh, I see. Okay, this was a two-parter, so this was the first part, and that was the other part. I would run, and the chick gets eaten, so that's really fun. That is scary. Don't know what that is, honestly. Oh, okay, so this is a book series that I really was a fan of. It's called The Kane Chronicles, which Rick Riordan, it's like his other mini-series besides Percy Jackson. I guess that's what it is. I don't know if that series has a name or if people just call it Percy Jackson or if that's what it's actually called. I have zero clue. I didn't read Percy Jackson. I read The Kane Chronicles instead, but I drew Carter and Sadie, which are the two main siblings in that book series. This way I drew her. I pretty much drew people like that exclusively for like the rest of this notebook probably. I don't know what kind of abstract stuff this is right here. I wish there was more of me, whatever that means. Drew myself. I was also getting inspired by Dork Diaries too. I am short, handsome, awesome, and I like the person next to me. Mary with the shield. I don't even know what that means. Don't know what it means. I zero clue. And then I found a way I like to draw, and it's just like I can just keep doing it over and over again. And I'm definitely gonna blur that out because that is my full legal name, so that's not gonna be in the video. Oh, this was right before my birthday. So I was turning 11. So, oh, literally 10/26, 2016 right there. So at this point I would have already moved into the new house because it was June of 2016 that we moved into our house. But yeah, this was right before my 11th birthday. Me talking about, I'm gonna blur that too, but my friend, I think I was taking a lot of inspiration to how she was drawing stuff and her handwriting and stuff as well. Again, my full legal name, what is up with that? Some more sketchy lines though? Okay, I'm just kind of branching out here, figuring out what works and what doesn't. More random bullshit. Oh, this is another thing where I tore out my dad. It was him and my papa, which is his dad, that I drew. Troll, we were very into Trolls because that movie came out when we moved into our new house. Random other stuff. Two little flies talking to each other, I guess. That just, okay, perfect. You know what? I had really no qualms with wasting entire pages, I guess. Oh god. That's a little scary if I'm being honest. This is the point where I'm like, okay, I sort of know what a face looks like, so I'm trying to draw more realistically, but it's kind of not working. I remember drawing this. I was so proud of it because I kind of figured out how to make the nose look more realistic. And then I was like, oh, I actually know what eyes look like kind of, but I was still like not fully there. And then I actually don't know if I don't think I finished this. Yeah, I tend to not do that. Oh, there's some stuff on the back. Oh, okay. That was a video that I was making, I remember now. So that was this one. Very informative again. Definitely didn't draw anything like this front cover here. This is 2014 that this like book was made, so clearly that says something about when I was drawing it. Next up, we got this one. This is my 5th and 6th grade one. Probably more 6th grade. I don't think I messed with this after 6th grade. I definitely remember doing a lot of more different stuff in here, which I'll kind of explain, but this is also the sketchbook. I think I was messing around with like different mediums and stuff and oil pastels, but the oil pastels were honestly really bad. So everything I was making was not going my way, but I was still proud of it because I was like, it still technically looks better. But so that's what a lot of this is actually. It's just kind of experimentation, I think. Honestly, not that... Okay, I'm starting to kind of understand here because I think a lot of this stuff I was actually looking at, like, you know, my hand to do this and looking at pictures and stuff. This is actually not that bad. Can't get off that stupid nose shape or usual, messing with perspective and stuff. This is all art I was doing in school, by the way. Like, not in an art class, in normal class when I should have been doing my work. I was drawing instead. I think this was my hand that I traced. I think I went like that and I traced it. Yeah, that's pretty much life size. Yeah. See, like, technically these are oil pastels, like, you can see the texture in there and, like, how the wax isn't, like, really dispersing like it should. I think this is the point in my, like, art journey where I was like, I really like drawing people and I really want to get better at realism. That was kind of my goal in my head, what I wanted to do. So this was kind of the catalyst, I think, where I'm like, I'm just gonna go for it, like, just draw, even if it, like, because the next page is basically the same thing. See, and I don't know if this had a reference that I was looking up, because it feels like such an odd, like, angle and facial expression, but I think I was just odd, so naturally, you know. That's how everything turned out. This is not traced. This is one of those ones where I'm like copying a style technically, but it's helping me learn a lot about how I like to draw and kind of my skill level. But I remember being really proud of this, and then more of those shitty oil pastels. I totally forgot about this, but so back in, I think it might have been TikTok at this point, or maybe it was still Musically, but it was like shifting over to like being newly TikTok. I had just discovered, like, I was on that side of TikTok where it was like cosplay and more of like the weird side, and so I was being exposed to a lot of stuff that I wasn't seeing in like my home life and in my community and stuff, which is not like inherently bad, but I was just like so enamored with it, but I also didn't know how to process it. So I would just like have a bunch of memories of being like watching stuff in secret where I'm like, well, I think that's the first time I ever saw a trans person, but I didn't realize what it was until then. And then I also saw gay people for the first time, and I'm like, what? So, but it was something where I'm like, I'm having to watch this in secret because I don't know if I'm like allowed to watch this at all. I remember arguing with somebody in my class. I don't remember arguing, but I thought at the time that gay was a bad word, and he had said it in class, and I was like, dude, you're gonna get in trouble. I was also terrified of getting in trouble, by the way, but he said it, and he's like, what? It just means happy. So that was a fun memory to reminisce on. But anyway, get back to the topic at hand. This specifically, since I was on that side of TikTok, Melanie Martinez was kind of trending at that time, and that might have been the time that she was releasing that music, so people were making videos to her music, and her song Cake, which I'm actually listening to like right now. It's in my kind of selection of songs that I'm going through right now. But I was so hell-bent. I thought the lyric was with the frosting on my arm, not the frosting of my heart, which is what that lyric actually is. And I don't know where I made a video about it. I'm like, guys, which this is just so embarrassing, but I was like, guys, it's not on my heart, it's on my arm. Because I had looked it up, but I think somebody else also got the lyrics wrong. And so while I was just like, look, I mean, it says it right there. I was so hell-bent on proving to everybody that it said on my arm instead of my heart. So, which now I know better, but I just remember being so stuck on that. So I drew not a piece of cake for you to discard while you walk. I don't know what this is, because technically it's while you walk away with the frosting on my heart. So I'm taking back what's fine you missed. You know, basically this whole page is wrong, and I was a stupid child is what I'm gathering here. So we're just gonna move on from that. This was also something I was proud of. I was trying to learn how hands worked, and they don't really have palms, but I kind of was eager to figure out how to draw that where it's like they're folding out. Somebody's birthday, so birthday cake. Oh, it's a page cut in half. Gotcha. Ooh, I had severe issues trying to draw side profiles. I just couldn't comprehend it, and I feel like every side profile on this page is probably gonna look absolutely horrendous. This one is not too terrible, but my god, bro. More hands. This is not one I traced. This one I held up. I remember holding up my hand like that and drawing it. This was a lot of indoor recess drawings I'm remembering. This one, also super proud of. This was more colored pencil, I think, instead of oil pastels. But same nose, but I'm kind of messing with perspective and all that stuff. I was very proud of this, I remember. Here we kind of get to the era of, like, I'm finding stuff around the house and on the internet, and I'm just gonna copy it. Not trace it, copy it. I'm gonna copy it and just draw wherever I see it. Doesn't matter what style it's in, I'm just gonna draw how I see it. So this was I was very into Pinterest, all that like stupid, like I'm a statue question type shit. So this was just something I found on Pinterest, and I'm like, I need to draw that. I need to draw it. Look, it's Dumbo and Stitch. So this is like freehand stuff. Basically, I'm just looking at a picture and I'm drawing what I see. I was very proud of this eye because I was figuring out how eyelashes worked, and I finally was like, oh wait a minute, there's actually more to the eye than just the football shape. So that is the pivotal moment right here. Actually, I think wasted a whole page on a lip, or some lips, a mouth, I guess actually would probably be the better word for that, but kind of ass low key. I think I knew that too, where I was just like, I'm just not even gonna, I'm just gonna ignore that. A mermaid, beautiful. Yeah, honestly, that's not too bad. I mean, obviously it's not good either, but in terms of like it actually looking like a person, I could see that, you know, being okay. Another thing where I'm like just looking at something and drawing it, and then I was like, oh, what if it made a shadow on the, what if it was a light shining and it made a shadow? So I sort of got the concept. It more just looks like I was trying to be a little creative and have different, you know, so I don't know. I don't remember if this was a classmate or somebody that I saw on TikTok. I genuinely can't remember, but this is definitely a person that I was drawing. I do remember that. I'll give you one guess who this is. It's Taylor Swift, in case it's too bad to tell, but I was getting into, like, really getting into drawing celebrities, or singers mostly, probably, because I think all the rest of the drawings are in her singers in terms of drawing real people. But honestly, this is not too bad. I feel like I cracked the code where I'm just gonna copy everything I see and learn as much as I can. So this is not bad. Honestly, not bad. I'm like 90% sure this is Beyonce. I'm pretty sure that's Beyonce. See, it's like I don't remember. It wasn't like I'm drawing these people because I like their music, which sure, I was kind of maybe listening to them, but I was not very big on Taylor Swift. So I can't really remember because it wasn't like I was really interested in drawing them. I just saw reference pictures and I'm like, oh, I'll just draw it. You know, I was just like, it's like that audio on TikTok now where it's like, I'll write that down. And then it's like, I'll write that down too. So that's kind of how this era was going. Maybe I'll kind of give myself a little project to find the original reference pictures of these, which I doubt it. Honestly, they're probably buried. A little elephant, probably also from Pinterest. I remember being super proud of this one. Why? Oh no. I had mastered this sort of art style that I was doing, so I'm like, I can just draw in 2 seconds because I know what I'm doing. And I think I was trying to make it look like she had a hole in her face or something like that. This, actually, I think this was also another turning point where I'm like, I can do more with what I know now. I was kind of using those to progress my own stuff that I wanted to draw. You know what this kind of reminds me of? This kind of reminds me of Mariah Elizabeth, but I definitely know I did not watch any of her videos at this time, and I don't know if she was posting at that time. Probably, but I also didn't watch YouTube that much. Oh, a friend I had, which this is that friend because I drew her. A friend I had in 6th grade was very into Jake, what is the Paul gang or whatever, but this is, can I be your Erica Costello and you can be my Jake Paul, and this is America Costello. So this is like all the Paul, like the Team 10 stuff. She was very into that and I just kind of was her friend, so I was like, okay, like I'm into it too, you know. I remember Erica Costello and the other girl that was a part of Team 10, their song that they did, Emotions, I think it was called. I remember because we would sit next to each other on the bus and listen to music in our headphones. So that's what all this was about. I don't know why this page is massacred like that, if I'm being honest. Tabbing, of course. Again, just a fucked up page. A little ballerina, anyone? I don't know why I decided to draw this. Oh, this was another thing where I was copying an art style. I was very proud of this. No, wait a minute. I can't remember if I drew this or my teacher drew this, because there was a day I was sitting down with her during our like indoor recess day, and I think she might have been the one that drew this. I'm not gonna give myself credit. I think she was the one that drew this. Cursive little unicorn. This is me and my bestie, well, I'm still besties with today, so you know, we're going strong. Christmas tree, Cooper. A lot of this stuff is just like stuff we were doing during indoor recess and stuff. Disney princesses. Okay, listen, this is not bad. This is more of just copying what I'm seeing, and then so I can just apply it later. So I can just apply it later to whatever I'm wanting to do. So we got Moana, Ariel, Tiana. Moana's probably the best looking one here. So that's pretty cool to see. More atrocious side profiles. A little bit of style experimentation. Marshmallow for some reason. I know he was really big circa 2016, 2017 though. I can't tell. This might have been 2017, 2018 more so. This was another like TikTok video I did where it was like you draw the lyrics basically. Random drawings. First time I ever drew in an anime style, and I didn't even know what anime was at that point. So I was just like, oh, this looks cute, and then I wanted to draw in that style. So that's what that is. Some random sketches here. Oh Lord, this is rough if I'm being honest. I mean, the pieces are all there, they're just not fitting right? Like the hand is way too small, the lollipop is way too big. It feels like everything is just the wrong size on this page. So, but we are stepping up. I'm learning how to shade, and I'm, you know, taking risks and doing what I want to do. And this is another TikTok sound that I was messing with. This was a self-portrait that I remember drawing. Whether it's accurate, don't know really. But I remember being proud. I just liked drawing mouths, I think, with all the teeth in it. But yeah, I didn't know how to draw ears, obviously, evident by whatever that is. And that's the end for that one. This one was pretty eventful. Got a lot of good stuff in here. I'm kind of like being like, oh, I actually really like to draw, and I actually am getting good at it. So I'm kind of motivating myself to keep going. My God, we still have 6 left. I might have to just only do a couple more. So we're gonna have 3 more instead of 6 more. I didn't realize I grabbed 9 of them, so hey, editor me here. I just realized that this video is gonna be way too long unless I split it into parts. Have 6 in total of these sketchbooks, and I just did 2 of them, and the video is already gonna be like 25 minutes long, probably. So I'm gonna end it there for now, and then I will do like a couple more parts to wrap it up, and then also probably do more sketchbooks after that. But that's it for this video. I'm gonna save the actual outro footage for the 3rd part that I have. But for now, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I was very eager to get another video out because of what happened to the last video, which if you don't know, I just kind of shit the bed low-key on a lot of things. The aspect ratio was all fucked up. I don't remember if I put any of this in the intro, by the way, so I'm saying it again, apologies, but I'm just glad that I was able to work on this video and make it as best as it could be for you guys. So take care now. I'm gonna go to sleep after I finish editing this and upload it.